with from the time I joined or teamed up with WYCOTAX. I had a lot of stress on me running the store, taking care of finances, marketing and whatnot, and bookkeeping, and was one thing that was really, I mean, it was taking most of my time. And from the time I joined WYCOTAX, that was just like such a relief on my end that I don't have to worry about those things. And also, like, not just taking care of bookkeeping, I would say that with Chris and his team, I got such a good support. Like any question regarding his business related, regarding its, helping any kind of assistance we need in terms of business, WYCOTAX is always there. And I mean, I'm really, really grateful of Chris and his entire team for supporting us from the time we joined them. And it's been a great help.
The more that we help you grow, everybody will grow.
Absolutely.
And main advocacy is putting you in the front line because your success is our business.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Hi, good morning. My name is Juan Turbiartes. I am going to be presenting today's webinar about what it is that we all need as small business owners to be ready to file on this deadline. This is a new extended deadline that the IRS has allowed taxpayers and business owners, individual and businesses, to go ahead and make their income tax and submit it to the IRS. I am an accountant, tax professional, payroll and bookkeeping expert, and I've also assisted small businesses and the business owners to go ahead and obtain a lot of the financial assistances that have been granted out to give out to any business. I mean, the financial assistances, they not only come from the IRS, like the famous, the credits, the new ones, 100% deductions, and etc., but also the state, the county, the city. They have all been awarded us. They have all been awarded already money, so they can already be given out. So this year, it's a big opportunity for everybody to go ahead and get money as loans, as grants, some money that does not even have to be paid back. Yes. So if you have not heard about this money, or maybe you have, but you do not know how to be able to obtain it, I recommend that you go ahead and reach out to us. We, like I said, have helped out businesses receive this free money. If you do not know anybody else or your accountant is not aware, we will be happy to assist you, us in WYCOTAX. Christopher Waikoko is the CEO. He is of the WYCOTAX, and he has allowed me to go ahead and present this information to you, since I have also been the one been helping out the businesses to receive this free money, like I said. So here it is, a quick pie chart graph of the hundreds of thousands of money that has been given out on this year 2020. So if you see here, there is a whole lot of tax credits and deductions that are available for you to obtain. That's why it is very important to have your books ready, your income tax reports ready. Why? Because there is a lot of new credits that are allowed for this year 2020. Some deductions that usually they're available for business owners, but sometimes, let's say a preparer or the business owner is not aware of them, how they can obtain these. So it is, I mean, I encourage you to, if you're not maybe 100% ready to make this tax filing, go ahead and just reach out to us. And I promise you that you're gonna get the most that you can possibly get if you go ahead and choose our service. There's, like I said, a whole lot of IRS new deductions and credits that are giving out right now. Besides today, I have been giving out weekly webinars on tips, how you can get some free money, a lot of ways, a lot of avenues that you can get free money. Just visit us at WYCOTAXYouTube.com, and all of the videos are there free of cost, of course, so you can see them for the first time, or if you've seen them, maybe you want to revisit them, check them out again. you just are more than welcome to do all of that. Also, in our WYCOTAX.com page on the website, there's free PDFs of these presentations. Okay, so we have everything free available for you to just to review it, and our contact number is always going to be there. Okay, so we will be happy to assist you. Before I proceed, this is a quick disclaimer. Of this material has been prepared for informational purposes only. It is not intended to provide and should not be relied on for tax, legal, or accounting advice. Examples and other materials in this webinar are only for illustrative purpose and should not be relied upon for technical answers. WYCOTAX is it's an outsourced tax, payroll, and bookkeeping company. WYCOTAX is not associated with any institutions on this presentation, and it's a private business providing resources for small businesses. So an overview of today, it's a quick 15-minute webinar, tips and tricks, how to deal with this extended income tax filing season. Also, the participants, if you have any questions, I encourage you to go ahead and participate. Leave a question here in the comments. Like I said, reach out to us if you want additional help. We can set up a free consultation to see what it is that is going to benefit you the most. And like I said, on our page website is free PDFs of this and every presentation on the past. Okay, so October 15, the deadline of extended income tax individuals or business owners. These are going to be a quick checklist of what you are going to need for you and your small business. So let's go ahead and I'm going to tell you a quick story about our good friend, Miss Gloria. She is a single mom and an owner of a restaurant that has been open for over a decade, the past 10 years. She hasn't filed her income tax season. This is just a demonstration so you can see how it is that you can, what you need, what this checklist, what it's going to do for you, how it's going to help you. So what are the things that you are going to need, that Ms. Gloria is going to need to file this 2019 income tax? We're going to go over it. So the first one is check for bills or outstanding invoices. This is important. Check on how much you owe and how much money is owed to you. Now, this is just a perfect time to chase after those collections that you have rendered the service but just not have been paid yet, or even be updated with what you need to pay before your year ends. This is just a checklist of where do you stand right now. Have you collected all of your money that you have earned, or have you paid all of the bills that are going to be coming in due? So go ahead and just check before the due date. An example, before December 31st, before October 31st, collect payments that are owed to you or paid bills that are pending. Why? Because this is going to avoid additional fees. We already know if we are one day late, there are additional fees, not only for utilities, but other rentals, let's say, for example. The fees are going to be coming. We know that every dollar counts. So let's go ahead and have a check, a good report on the bills that need to be paid and make sure that they are paid. There's one of the ways that we can go ahead and facilitate this process. I know that most of the time, the vendors or where you're gonna pay your bills, they do allow to have like an automatic payment. This is of course very good. Why? Because it facilitates this process and it doesn't bother you about worrying, did I pay this, did I pay that? Everything is going to be automatic. You don't have to worry about calling in, making the payment, logging in into the app, and registering the whole credit card, all of that again. An automatic payment is going to go ahead and take care of paying itself for you with the bill. As well as if you're going to be collecting, if there's some of the let's say, for example, how you charge a card, let's say on the online, on the software, you can also register or record for the client to make automatic payments. If they're going to make payments to you, let's say monthly, semi-weekly, there is a way also on the softwares, let's say, for example, QuickBooks software, they can make this recurrent payment also automatic. So if you have one, let's say a software, let's say QuickBooks or another one, go ahead and seek out and see if they can record automatic transactions as well. So it can facilitate all of this for you, so you can worry, let's say, for example, on your business operations, and you don't have to worry so much about running after bills, after clients haven't paid. You don't have to go and call them, you know, every day. Hey, are you gonna pay? Are you gonna pay? No. Why? Because hopefully this software that you have, if you have one, it's gonna go ahead and take care of that for you. So take a look again. Number one, into what you owe and to who owes you, so you can collect these payments and pay these bills to avoid any money that is not going to be in your bank. Now, number two, review expenses and assets. Some expenses may reclassify as an asset, especially if they are more than $2,500 or more on it in over a year. So some expenses, some businesses, depending on its service, some of the expenses are going to either qualify as an asset or just stay in as an expense. And why is this important? Because if an expense does qualify as an asset, if it qualifies as an asset, this asset qualifies to give you and your business deductions for the next 3 to 7 years. Instead of just getting this deduction the first year, you can go ahead and keep getting a deduction for that same asset for 3 to 7 years. So there it is. These assets are important to be classified as such. And it also depends on what kind of business that you have, that you're operating. Let's say, I'm gonna give you a quick example. If I have, let's say if my business, I go ahead and brand t-shirts, I make t-shirts, and I have to make an expense when I open the business. I make one of those machines, embroidery machines, and I pay that. Let's say it's like 3,000, more or less. I put some discounts, some coupons, but it just got me to $3,000 in the expense. Well, this $3,000 is going to go ahead and qualify to give me a deduction of $3,000 for the next, from 3 to 7 years in the future. That is the advantage of just taking a deduction just in the first year, where you can take it for 7 years, up to 7 years, depending on which type of asset that it is. So that is how, let's say on the example I just gave, if my business, if what I do is go ahead and sell out shirts that have been embroidered already, that is my main revenue source. Then if I buy an equipment that is just for that, then it's gonna qualify as an asset. So that is how an asset is gonna go ahead and give you benefits of getting deductions for more years rather than just that 1 year. That is why it's very important to keep your books up to date. If you know what you bought, what you're doing, the equipment, everything that you have at the end of the year, how it can be classified is viewed as an advantage when you do your income tax, so you can get the most out of it, the more money back out of it. Very important. Number 3, reconcile all of your accounts. Reconcile company accounts to make sure they are accurate. This should include loan amounts, company bank accounts, credit cards, included payroll, lines of credit, etc., etc. This is important. Why? Because on the studies, a business by itself loses $5,000 to $10,000 of eligible deductions every year if they don't reconcile these books. Why? Because when you do it the first time, me as a bookkeeper, I have received, let's say, books from a client that wants to do our service, and I see, let's say, a book that once I reconcile for this whole year, I see that there's a lot of transactions that have not been inputted. Maybe they just didn't see them, they skipped through them. Why? Because bookkeeping can be a very tedious job. It can be a tedious thing that you have to do for your service, for your business. So transactions are not inputted, deductions are not going to be taken into account. You're not going to benefit from every money that you spent for your business. As a business owner, if you have a business, every single dollar that you spend that is for your business is going to be a deduction. Some is going to be more deductions, some deductions are going to be a little less. But in the end, everything that you spend for your business, if it comes out of your business bank, you want it to qualify as a deduction. You don't want to pay income tax on every money that you spend. This is why the process of reconciliation is key when you do your income tax reporting. When you do the end of the year, closing out the bookkeeping for that year, it is important that you reconcile, not just the past week, not just the last month, but from January 1st all the way till December 31st. It is important you reconcile so you don't lose money. You don't lose money. The businesses, the purpose of a business is to make money. So doing all of this is necessary so you make the most out of your business. You don't lose anything that you have already spent. Number 4, prepare to file W-2s for all employees. Fill out the form W-2s. Double check that the mailing address, the tax ID, Social Security of all of the employees that work for you during the year are correct. This is also important. Every employee by law needs to get their W-2 by by January 31st. So file, if you have all of the payroll reports set up, you've been keeping track of it from first to the fourth quarter, have these reports filed within the 31st of January. Everything that you spend, let's say payroll expense for the employees, is going to qualify you. Whatever you spend for them is going to benefit you for deductions, as well as know who your employees, where they live, because this is important. Let's say, for example, you file these W-2s for employees and they file their income tax, but let's say you missed one W-2 that you didn't file, and that employee goes ahead and reports to the IRS that they made money off of you. Well, there it is. Who's lying? The IRS is going to say. So it's going to question not only the employee filing the income tax, but also you as a business. And if it turns out that you just didn't file this W-2, there are penalties. Why? Because the employee should receive a W-2 if he worked for you. So just keep this in mind. File this reports on time. There are penalties if we do not do this. Number 5, file the 1099s for the vendors. You need to file 1099 miscellaneous if you enlisted the service of an independent contractor, and if you will be paying more than $600 by the end of the year. Make sure that all of the information on the W-9 of each contractor is accurate, so that you can use this information in filing out their 1099s. When you go ahead and get service from an independent contractor, make sure, please, for yourself, for them to fill out this W-9. This W-9 is important for the vendor. Why? Because it's gonna let you know for who you're gonna be filing out this 1099. All of the information, let's say the name, the address, the social, or the EIN of the business has to be inputted in this W-9, because this information is required when you do the 1099 reporting. So have this report ready. If you're thinking of getting service not from an employee but from an independent contractor, go ahead and have this W-9 ready so they can fill it out and give it to you the very first day. When they sign, when they say, okay, let's work together, they should give you this W-9. The very first day when you meet them, if you're gonna choose a service, make sure you have this ready by the end of the day. Also, a quick tip. Well, this one also has a deadline of January 31st at the end of the year. If you have the 1099s, if you pay each an independent contractor more than $600 for the whole year, this deadline to file this 1099 is also January 31st. Also keep in mind the rules of the labor that differentiates an employee compared to an independent contractor from a vendor. Why is it important? Because we all know that there are laws that protect each and every one of the employees, as there should be. So if you, for example, are going to provide the tools, the time, and the training for this person, then they may qualify to be an employee and not an independent contractor. The tools, if they have to come into your let's say your office, your building, and you're providing the computers, the tools, the material. Number 2 is the time. If they have to come in at exactly clock in 8 a.m., clock out 5 p.m. If they have a time that they have to come in and get out, then that's also something that's going to qualify them for the employee. And the third one is the training. If you're going to go ahead and train them as soon as they come in from day one, then they're going to be an employee. Usually the independent contractor, they already know what they're doing. They don't have to be trained. You don't have to provide them the tools, and they're going to go ahead and do their work at their own specific time. That is why the independent contractor is different from an employee. So just keep that in mind. How are you going to pay them, as an employee or as a vendor, independent contractor? This is important because we all know that there's laws that are going to be protecting the employee. You don't want to be dealing with anything to do with the laws of the labor for the employee, okay? Because that can be very time consuming. That can be money that you're gonna have to pay if you're not classifying them correctly. We just wanna, save you the time and your money so you can keep that for your business. Now, number 6, update your inventory before the holidays. Make sure to have an accurate full inventory count in person, then adjust your books as needed. This is important. Why? Because everything that I'm sure that you have bought, it takes to fill up your inventory, then that is recorded as an expense. But whatever you sell, then is also going to be recorded as a cost of goods sold. Also, let's say an inventory item is lost, it gets damaged. You should also take that into account, because inventory is also another aspect of bookkeeping that has to always be accurate. You always pretty much have to count in person how much you have here in the fridge, how much you have on the shelf, and it has to all be accounted for. And the income tax, when you file these reports, also it is going to be asked, how much inventory do you have at the end of the year? How much have you purchased? How much did you have at the beginning? All of this has to be accurate. So I recommend that you keep count of the inventory, let's say at least every month. Why? Because if you prolong that period, let's say you do it every 2, every 3 months, that can lead to, having to go back and recheck and recheck and recheck. Why? Because having to count, let's say, for example, inventory count, large quantities, and this can be difficult to have the exact number. So I would recommend inventory count. Always keep that monthly at least if you can. Even bi-weekly, I'm sorry, would be better, but monthly is more than fine. Monthly is perfect. Now, number 7, start planning for the new year. Identify the problems you had in the year that is about to close. Start setting new goals and building your strategies for the coming year to be better equipped with what lies ahead. Usually after the first year, you already have not a head start, but some experience how the business it's doing, what it is that is going to be best to do, let's say, for the next year. So you can go ahead and strategize to expand the business, to make it more profitable, to be more prosperous than it was the very first year. You can go ahead and take a look into your books, into your bank statements, and analyze your whole business and see what it is that were your strengths, where you can focus. What is the competitive advantage that you have compared to other businesses that provide the same goods, that may provide the same services? How it is that you can beat the person, or not beat them, but to make yourself more available to clients, to go ahead and have more sales, to increase your business. So this kind of planning for your business is very important and key to analyze at the end of the year, and maybe even in the middle of the year, twice a year. Twice is better than one, 2 is better than 1, like we all know. So have all of these strategies ready to set up so you can go ahead and see where it is that you can improve. Let's say, what are some of your weaknesses that you notice for the whole year, how it is that you can improve these weaknesses so you don't go through the same mistakes again. And for example, another one, if you're looking, okay, I'm going to improve here, I'm going to improve here, I'm going to go ahead and continue or focus on this competitive advantage that I have with other competitors. Also, you should take a look at, say, what expenses that your business does not need. Let's say an example could be cable. If you have internet cable there for your business, maybe you do not need that internet cable. You don't need maybe the TV to have, let's say, for example, a cable provider. Maybe you can buy another additional artifacts, additional supplies that are going to replace that, cut the cost. Then you should also be taking a look into this. Maybe an inventory item that you see that does not provide a good profit margin at the end of the year. Maybe you need to decide what items, what inventories do I still need? Am I going to continue? And what inventory am I just going to discontinue and not get more of? And maybe see if there's additional, maybe other inventory that I have not seen that I should include, because it's going to go ahead and attract some more clients, a new wave of clients. This is also very important in the planning of the business. And this is all done, let's say, with strategies at the end of the year, when you see exactly what it is that your business is going to benefit from and what it is gonna go ahead and benefit from even more if you cut loose on some, let's say, additional weight that your business or yourself does not need. So, a quick overview over our story. Our good friend, Miss Gloria, since her business is in San Benito, is there any city funds that she can apply? So for the income tax 2019 filing, she got this checklist. She's checking them off. She's doing this, she missed this, but she's gonna take care of this. Why? Because October the 15th, let's not forget, is the extended deadline to file this 2019 income tax. So use this checklist so you are better off, better suited to file your income tax reporting for 2019. Now, for her end, are there any city funds that she can apply? Us here in WYCOTAX, we have been giving out this free webinar and additional funds, not only the federal, but other additional funds that can be given to business owners that are here from every city that they are. Let's say here in South Texas, Cameron County, Hidalgo County, and other counties not aside from South Texas. So if you would like some information on this, go ahead and contact us. We will be happy to assist you and get some free money for you and your business. We all love free money. Now, the workshop for small businesses. How is your business doing? We all know that, like I said, October 15th is the new deadline. Next week, we're going to be having an overview of COVID-19 Emergency Assistance Loan for Small Business Investment Program. So stay tuned for this next webinar that we're going to be presenting. We appreciate San Benito EDC to go ahead and host us for this. And like I said, we're going to be taking a full look into how we can improve, or let's say even get some free money from you and your business. Why? We want your business to be smooth sailing like it is on the left-hand side, and not be like the right-hand side where one business owner has all of the tasks, all of the weight of the business on his shoulders. We want to go ahead and give you some tips on how you can improve on that. Having a third party extended, let's say independent contractor, another business to help you on what they are good at, let's say bookkeeping, is going to help you out so you don't have to keep track of this bookkeeping. If you're going to be applying for financial assistances, county, state, federal, your books have to be up to date. They have to be well organized like it is on the left-hand side. If you're still writing your bookkeeping reports on paper with a pen, this is not going to be acceptable to receive anything from for financial assistance. So again, if you need help with your books, we will be happy to help you out. Sometimes if you're thinking about bookkeeping, you may want to do it yourself. Why? Because you know that if you're going to hire an accountant or somebody to do your bookkeeping for you as an employee, it can amount for a year. It can be quite a lot of money for a small business. So maybe you need to think about having a third party to do this. Usually the budget for a third party to do your bookkeeping and some of your reports, financial reports, it's about $200 to $2,500 a whole year. So maybe this is better suited off for you and your small business, so you can get the most out of the money that you spend. WYCOTAX has combined 20-year experience, and it's an all-in-one tax, payroll, and bookkeeping service solution. So what we do here is we have the one-stop for all of your services, your business services. If you have payroll, if you have bookkeeping, you need income tax, WYCOTAX is here to help you out. We have been, humbly awarded certificates from the SBA. So of course, we are well equipped to help you and your business on what is best, so it can go ahead and continue to expand. If you want to just reassure that we are who we say we are, you can always more than welcome visit our Facebook. It's free for the public, so you can see also other business owners that we have been able to assist, not only this year, but previous year as well. You can see English and Spanish, we cater for everyone, not just one. So again, you can rewatch this presentation on our YouTube and have free PDF on our wycotaxpage.com. So you can always have these reports for you if you need them, so you can go ahead and be better suited off, so you can get the most out of what you have spent on your business. Please, I encourage you to do this. Also, any questions, you can always contact us. We will go ahead and meet with you, free consultation to see what is better off for your business. Always just contact us at 425-9926, and we can go on from there, see how it is that we can help you. So again, my name is Juan Turubiartes. Hopefully you enjoyed this and you found this useful, and you're gonna go ahead and implement this. Next Monday, go ahead and meet us at the same time, and we're gonna be talking about another way so you can improve and save money for your business. Okay, well, I hope everybody has a great start for the new week, and till then, bye-bye.